Good Wednesday morning, everyone, and welcome into today's daily Bible reading for November the 13th. Today we are reading together Psalm number 133. Psalm 133 has been given the title in my Bible, Living in Harmony. This is the next to last song of ascents. This is a song of David, we are told, and it seems like towards the end of this section of the songs of ascents, they kind of threw in on the end some of the psalms that didn't exactly fit into the pattern that we've seen throughout the Psalter, or excuse me, throughout this section of the Psalter, containing the songs of ascents beginning in Psalm 120 and going through our psalm that we'll read on Friday, Psalm 134, where we have psalms that follow, at least to begin with, a pretty decent pattern of laments, followed by confidence, and then Zion. A number of these psalms do have Zion themes to them, which makes sense since they are marching to Zion. Many people believe here within these psalms as they're making their way to Jerusalem for various festivals or celebrations. They would have Zion on their mind. As I mentioned, this psalm doesn't exactly fit into any of those categories super well. It probably most appropriately fits into the wisdom category, and it's also a celebration psalm. It celebrates the goodness of unity, and you can imagine that as people are going up together to Zion to worship God and to celebrate in the various festivals, there would be a strong sense of camaraderie that would exist among the people, and that this would be a psalm for our purposes, but a song that would be appropriate to sing together with those they are traveling with. So let me get the text up on the screen. It is a short psalm, just 3 verses. Don't think I'm even going to have to use or move the cursor here. It all fits nicely on the screen here. Psalm 133 and verses 1, 2, and 3. We'll have the kind of thesis statements in verse number 1, and then two similes, one in verse 2 and the other in verse 3, will conclude our read today. Psalm 133, verse number 1, living in harmony, probably a familiar psalm to us in some ways. How delightfully good when brothers live together in harmony. It is like fine oil on the head, running down on the beard, running down Aaron's beard onto his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon falling on the mountains of Zion. For there Yahweh has appointed the blessing, life forevermore. Psalm 133. Again, to look at the first verse here, again, how good and pleasant it is when brothers live together in harmony. This is a celebration of unity. And then, of course, through the celebrating of unity and through the strong language that is used here to describe unity, it's also an encouragement for those who maybe don't have unity with their brothers to seek that out and to seek to experience the blessings that come with unity, the peaceful cooperation that comes with unity. I mean, just think about your own life and your own life experience. Whenever you are in a group with people, maybe you're on a sports team or athletic team, maybe you're in some sort of civic group, maybe you're in a play, maybe you have your office together, working together to accomplish some sort of goal at work. Even just think about politics. So many different activities that are built upon multiple people coming together to achieve a certain goal. What happens whenever those within the group are not unified? What happens whenever they don't have the same goals? What happens whenever they think they can achieve a goal in many different ways? What happens whenever they're pulling in opposite directions to achieve the goal? Well, the goal is not going to be achieved. It's going to be a very difficult and probably unpleasant experience, which is exactly the opposite of what we see here, where David lauds and speaks so highly of the blessing that comes with being in unity with others, the harmony that's felt. Think about what can be accomplished whenever everybody is pulling in the same direction, when everybody has the same ideas, whenever people have the same goals and they're willing to achieve those goals in the same ways. So many good things can be accomplished, and certainly that is the thing that David is focusing on here within this text. And he gives the first of two similes. He says it is like fine oil on the head. But not just on the head. He goes on to talk about running down the beard, and not just any beard, but Aaron's beard and onto his robes. And the idea that is given here is abundant blessing. Abundant blessing. Oil was used in ancient times for a number of things. It was used as a fragrance, as the cleaning agent, but also just think about the anointing oil and the symbolism that was behind that. Think about Aaron being appointed to be the priest of God's people in under the law of Moses and the anointing that would have taken place there. Again, abundant blessings, not just a little bit of oil to where it doesn't flow down the head. It all just stays right there on top of the head. No, no. There is so much oil that flows down off the hair on the head, onto the beard, down the beard, and onto the robe. Abundant blessing is the idea that we have here that is experienced whenever brothers dwell together in harmony. But then, secondly, the second simile in verse number 3 is that it is like the dew of Hermon falling on the mountains of Zion, for there Yahweh has appointed the blessing, life forevermore. Mount Hermon was north of Zion, if I understand correctly. It was much taller than Zion. And of course, Zion is the mountain that Jerusalem rested upon and the temple was housed upon. Mount Hermon, though much taller, higher in elevation, it was the only snow-capped mountain in Israel. And it was known for its abundant precipitation, which was very different from Zion, because Zion was a much more arid mountain. There was not very much rain or precipitation at all. So what we have here is the amount of dew that would come from this very, very wet mountain that would freeze because of the elevation. Imagine if that was on Zion. Imagine the blessing that would be for Zion and how much that would help the foliage and just everything about Jerusalem. Well, think about that. And that is how great harmony is. That's how great that harmony is among God's people. It is life-giving. It is a blessing. It provides so much good to happen. It is pleasurable and it is a happy situation. This is what we should all want. And for Zion, again, focus on Zion so much within these Psalms. There, Yahweh has appointed the blessing, life forevermore. Why there? Well, because there is where God's presence is. And if God is the God of life, and if his presence is there at Zion, and his people get to dwell together in harmony and enjoy the pleasantness of unity and camaraderie and togetherness there at that place where his presence dwells, well, I can't think of very many better situations than that. For God's people to be together unified and to be able to be unified there in the presence of God. That's exactly what Jesus prayed for in John, in the Gospel of John, chapter 20, chapter 17 and verse number 20, as he prays for unity among believers. Jesus says in John 17 and verse 20, I pray not only for these, but also for those who believe in me through their word. May they all be one, as you, Father, are in me, and I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe you sent me. I have given them the glory you have given me, so that they may be one as we are one. I am in them, and you are in me, so that they may be made completely one, that the world may know that you have sent me and have loved them as you have loved me. Unity. What a blessing it is. If you've ever been in a place where that wasn't the case, you know how miserable that is. Nothing's accomplished. That you don't feel blessed to be a part of an ununified group. But whenever you can find that, whenever you can experience that peace, whenever you can and experience the blessing and the pleasure that comes with being together lockstep with other people, wow, what a wonderful thing that is. And may God help us to be those who contribute to peace, who contribute to unity, who contribute to harmony, who contribute to brotherly camaraderie. May God bless us or help us and bless us to be people who help lead to greater peace and to greater unity. May we contribute in every way to achieve those wonderful blessings. If you have any questions or comments about Psalm 133, please feel free to leave that in the comments section below. And I appreciate you taking some time to read along with me together on this Wednesday morning. We'll be gathering tonight for our 7th study, Wednesday special study series study. Byron Nash from the North Hickson Church will be with us, and him and his wife Moya will be with us, and they'll be speaking to us about, or excuse me, Byron will be speaking to us specifically about God being holy and spirit. Very much looking forward. I know y'all are looking forward to meeting him. Byron's an old friend of mine. I really appreciate him and his wife. Wonderful people. Got to know his wife Moya's mother while we were in Jackson. She was a true blessing to us in our lives, and I'm looking forward to spending some time together with them tomorrow and for everybody to meet them and be able to listen to the presentation he has for us, and especially looking forward to putting to good use our new monitors there in the auditorium. I hope that will be a blessing to everyone who attends with us. Again, have a good rest of your Wednesday. Let's look forward to being together tonight. And then on Friday, we'll be together. We'll get together for another read in Psalm 134 as we close out our read through the Songs of Ascents. Looking forward to seeing you then. Take care and God bless.